It's Lost in My 40s, season 5 mid-show. We've made it through 9 episodes, and we're here to talk a little bit about what we think and also answer a few questions. And I will tell you why I'm wearing this getup and how I kind of sort of could have died. But first, how's everybody doing?
Doing
Great.
great.
Doing great.
How you doing, Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron, wave.
Pissy Aaron is pouting in the back seat. All right, guys.
Because we just keep killing him.
Yeah.
You having fun in season 5?
Yes.
Yes, very much
Yes.
so.
I know,
Yeah.
me too. Are you ready for a joke?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do
All
it.
right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, this is going to be helpful advice for those in 1977. What's the best thing to do if you come upon a polar bear in the jungle?
Shoot it.
What?
Apologize and wipe it off.
Oh God.
Oh.
All right. Let's do our best and worst moments of season 5 so far. Christy, what do you think?
I loved Sawyer's face when he sees Kate, Jack, and Hurley for the first time
Yeah.
back in 1977 on the North Shore.
Yeah.
It was
agreed.
it was amazing, and him slowly taking off his glasses and the shock. So that
and
was
the
great.
hair. The hair.
Yeah,
was-
he's got really good hair in 1977.
All right. Did you have a worst moment of season 5?
I would say Charlotte dying and Dan's reaction to it.
That was a tough moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite sad.
What do you think about season 5 so far? Can you compare it to other seasons, or best, worst, or what?
I don't know if I would say best or worst. I think it's really, really good. I have basically forgotten almost everything going forward. So pretty much everything that's happened so far this season has been a surprise to me.
That's great.
And I'm just like, I can't wait to see next week, just like I was back in the early 2000s.
Oh, that's fun. That's exciting. Yeah, I mean, originally it was just supposed to be Derek who didn't know what was going on, but the two of you forgot, so that's kind of fun. Ben,
How
what
did
did
I
you think?
forget?
No,
I think she means me and
the
Ben.
other two.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Ben, do you have a best and worst moment of season 5, and do you have like an opinion on what where season 5 kind of ranks? And I will ask this question again at the end of it, because obviously we're only halfway through. But
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of great moments this season. I think probably one of my favorites though was in the most recent episode. Well, I guess it was episode 9 or whatever, Namaste, when Jack goes into Sawyer and Juliet's house, and Sawyer basically says, like, you weren't a great leader. I'm thinking, I'm reading, I'm doing what I do. Let me do what I do. And it's sort of it's like Jack's decimation is complete, like in that scene. And I really like that scene a lot. I also like
Team Sawyer.
another one of my favorite and also least favorite moments, it's like a best and worst, is when Ben strangles Locke.
Oh yeah,
like that's brutal.
An intense moment. Yeah,
that's a pretty brutal scene. And I think as far as where the season lies, it's hard to say. I'm kind of in the same boat now as Christy. I don't remember a lot of what's happening. I think I've seen the first few seasons a couple more times, and I think I've only seen these last 2 seasons once, and it was a long time ago. So
I suppose more what I'm asking is like, are you enjoying it as much as you enjoyed the earlier seasons while we were actually what I mean.
I definitely am. I think season 5 has been pretty high quality throughout. I don't think season 5 there have been maybe 1 or 2 episodes that are a little less than awesome, but there haven't been any stinkers this season. There haven't been any Stranger in a Strange Land or expose or any of that shit. So on the whole, I think it's been a really strong season, one of the strongest, I think.
Cool.
Actually, don't they do don't they play expose in one of the episodes?
That's the one where
It's on the TV,
Cheech-
yeah.
It's
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
where
TV.
Cheech,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep, you're right. Cheech is watching it. Yeah.
yeah. Why is there a what on my couch? What does she call him? Why is there an
A dead
Afghanistan?
a dead
A dead
Pakistani. Is what
Pakistani.
My
she
couch.
said.
That's it.
Pakistani.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Derek, it looks like Rocky Dennis's bloody face is trying to swallow you right now.
Bam.
What do you think? Do you have best and worst? And are you enjoying season 5 as much as the first 4?
Yeah, one of my best moments was when Hurley turned himself into the police just to get away from
Get
Ben.
away from Ben, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty desperate. If you to get away from someone, you're gonna turn yourself in for so-called murder.
Yeah.
Worst was when Ben murdered Locke when he strangled him. That was really sad.
Yeah.
It was a great moment as well, like as far as moving the show along, but it was bad for me, you know.
Got
And
it.
as far as the season, I thought this season is one of the better ones. Like Ben said, there's been no crappy episodes that just you want to forget. And it's, the show's moving along and hopefully we're getting, closer and closer to some resolutions and some answers to my questions.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, the best moment is a quote. They often are for me. This one is, "My name is John Locke." Because what is happening right now? I can remember the first time around that just completely blew me away. The worst moment is when Phil said "hootenanny." I can't really get over that for some reason. And as far as season 5, like, I mean, obviously this is my favorite show, like, ever. And so I think all of the seasons are great. In particular, why I love season 5 is because the show, once again, like, takes a new direction, and we're in this time travel, and it's just they always find a way to refresh every season. There's something new to grab my interest, and I remember thinking, like, wow, they're really making this about time travel now all of a sudden. It used to be hatches and monsters, and, like, look how far we've come. And I love how much the story evolves over time and changes. And so for me, season 5 is a lot like that, or the time travel does that for me.
Another favorite moment that I forgot to mention is when this chode right here takes a flaming arrow in the chest.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was as
excellent.
gratifying a kill as I've ever seen on this show.
Bride
You
Froger.
can't even make
Yeah.
fire.
Yep, and he was bitching about fire. Bam, there's your fire, bitch.
That is a good one. All right, so our Facebook page has been asking our fans some questions, and one of them wanted to know what we would answer those questions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask everyone. Whoops, ripping my headphone out. Okay, so the first one: who is your favorite character in season 5, and why? If you want to say why. Our fans had Kate, Sawyer, and Saeed mostly on the top of their list. What do you think, Ben? You seem nah.
Season 5.
Yeah.
I mean, so far,
I guess obviously, yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I would say, like, from where we are right now, I think Sawyer is probably the best character. I mean, Sawyer and Juliet, I would say, are my two favorite characters this season. But I also think, like, especially through the first, like, 5 or 6 episodes, Dan Faraday was a really, really great character. And I think even though his appearances are brief, Richard Alpert, I think, has always been like one of those characters, especially in season 5, where it's like, okay, so we've gone back 30, 40, 50, 60 years and it's still you and you're still the same looking guy. Like, what the fuck? So I'd say Richard Alpert is one of the more fascinating characters for season 5.
Sure.
But yeah, Juliet and Sawyer, I think, because they're just like a dynamic duo. And even though there were 2 episodes this season in a row where Sawyer was not in the episodes, I still think by the time we get to this point in the season, yeah, those 2.
Yeah, I agree with you on Sawyer, and I guess I'll also be controversial and say I have Benjamin Linus on my list for some of the reasons, actually, that you said Richard Alpert, because, like, supposedly he couldn't come back to the island, but he's found a way, and now he seems like he's on a mission once he's back. And I just feel like there's still some mystery around Benjamin Linus. Like, what is he up to? Is he still trying to be the leader of the others? Does he really care about the island? I love when he like mysteriously has his ass beat before he gets on the plane. I love when Sun hit him in the face with an oar, and like I just and he's just so keeps being determined, and I don't know, I can't stop loving Michael Emerson, I guess is what it is I love his
Eyes.
just the way that he's so stone cold and so fucking hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
I gravitate toward that. So what about you, Christy?
Oh, Sawyer easily.
Yeah.
I love his growth. It's obviously he's had a few years now on the island.
Right.
So he's definitely had time to grow, but seeing who he's become as he's gone back in time has been really, really awesome. So I very much enjoy him.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to have like found his stride in the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true, which is interesting because it's also the same time he was traumatized.
That's true.
Yeah.
Kind of at the same time that he's going through this growth period, he is also on the mainland watching his mother be murdered.
Try not to think about that too much. That'll.
Well,
Yeah.
woo. Oh well, we're gonna think about it.
I bet Faraday would have something to say about that.
I'm just gonna warn you. The next few episodes after we do this, there's gonna be a whole lot of exploring that. So
Cool.
We will get there. Derek, what about you?
Ethan.
Nice.
No, definitely got to be Sawyer. Just like the previous said, it's come around since the beginning of the series, and now he's taking the lead, much to Jack's dismay.
Yeah.
And he's just keeping them alive, keeping them, where they need to be. So.
All right. You are on Ajira Flight 316. You see the Oceanic 6, well, 5 that are on there. Do you stay on the flight? Overwhelmingly, our fans said yes. They're not getting off of the plane. Do we agree? I'm a yes. I want to go to the island. And I don't care what year it is. Obviously, I'm using two perspectives there. One, I'm in their reality. One, I'm watching it. But yes, I'm on the plane. Are you, Ben?
Oh hell no. No,
You're leaving me on the plane?
I've already no, you didn't ask me whether I wanted to stay before you said you were going to stay. So do not make this about me leaving you on the plane. I've already been in a plane crash in my life.
That's
I don't
true.
want to be in another one.
Mm.
Second, look at me. I'm at best a fucking red shirt. Otherwise, I die on the plane without another line. Like I'm one of the people in the back and I'm just fucking dead. So no, I'm not getting on the plane because I'm not going to get on the island and get any good lines or anything like that.
Oh my
Learn to
God.
be a cobbler.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but I'm not a cobbler. Like
No.
if I brought that skill set, maybe I'd be like, okay, I can finally
YouTube
fill that. I can
videos.
fill that niche. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could start getting myself ready for this Ajira flight and learning how to make shoes. But
Okay. Well,
yeah.
bye. I'm leaving. So
Okay.
see ya. Christy,
right.
are you coming with me?
I'll just be hanging out here with Frogert and Daniel.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you want to toke?
Christy, you coming with me? Are you staying on the plane?
I'm probably not going to stay on the plane. I have a pretty good life where I am. Maybe if I was like a fugitive like Kate, then maybe I would stay on the plane. But no, I like my life.
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna stay.
Derek, you coming with me?
20 years ago, yes. Today, no. I'm old and fat and useless, so I will not survive long on that island. My current condition.
I really wouldn't either.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
bye.
Yeah.
it's been nice knowing you guys. I'm going to a magic island.
I'd probably end up like I'd be Arts 2.0 and I'd do something stupid and explode onto people.
If you were stranded on the island in season 5, which 3 characters do you want with you?
Which island?
I mean, either the islands. Just imagine
Okay.
you can travel
Our
back and
island.
forth.
Our
Our
island.
island. Yes.
So our fans, we're mostly interested. Kate, Jin, Locke is one. I've got Jack, Sawyer, Saeed, and I've got Jin, Locke, and Sawyer. I'm not going to read you every answer because that would be boring. But Ben, who would you be with?
Well, this may seem a little unorthodox. I'm going to take Frogurt, Charlotte, and Lapidus. And here's why.
Why?
I know two of them are destined for the grave, and I know Frank cannot die. And he seems like a really cool dude to hang out
Okay.
with. So I'm going to assume that we're all hanging out. Frogurt is going to die. Charlotte over there, she going to fucking die.
Mhm.
And then me and my boy Lapidus are just going to be able to hang out and raid stashes of Dharma beer and live it up on the island.
Aw,
While
you're gonna
yelling
be-
out, Lapidus.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just you and your man crush. That's
me. Yeah, me
cute.
and Frank, you know.
Derek, what about you?
I'll go with Sawyer, because he's good at thinking on his feet, thinking on the fly. Jin, because I need some muscle there. He's a big guy and he can take care of things. And Kate, because need a woman, need a girlfriend.
I need a girlfriend.
Yeah, there you go.
That's nice that you assume she's on board with that, but that's
Yeah.
fine. It's your
Well, you're
fantasy.
stuck on a desert island,
He's
Well,
like,
yeah, she has a choice
I'm
between
not gonna
Sawyer,
lie.
Jin,
It
or
could,
me. Yeah,
it could get a little rapey. It could get a little rapey. I'm
Let's
not gonna lie.
not.
no.
Me. I'm taking Saeed, Sawyer. This is my muscle, my protectors, and I gotta have Daniel because he's the only one that knows what the fuck is going on. So that's me and those three. And yeah, I mean there will be foursomes, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I could just say Kate, Juliet, Alana, you
Mhm.
know.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
You could.
I originally that was my thought, but I was like, nah, I mean, come on. That's lame.
Well, okay. I mean, they have utility. I just will also be banging them is the point.
There you go.
Christy, who's with you?
I want
Aaron.
Sawyer.
Aaron.
Ethan.
I want Sawyer, Juliet, and Richard Alpert.
Oh,
yeah.
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 That's a good. Yep.
The
I
thing
just
is a
kind of
lot
didn't
of
think about the others. Yeah.
I actually did consider Alpert, but then I thought Alpert doesn't die, but a lot of people around him do. And I'm about survival, so I don't
Well,
want to
you
be
know what?
Alpert's red shirt, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're like immortal, then yeah, people are gonna die around you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
We haven't
folks.
actually we have not actually come to the conclusion that he's immortal. I mean, it
Right.
is possible again that he just hydrates a lot, exercises, and has a great skincare regimen.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah. From
Yeah.
like the 1950s to
Yep.
2004.
Living right. He's living
Okay.
right.
All right, you're right. We do not technically know whether or not he's immortal, but I will say that question will be answered as well eventually. Okay, in a minute. Sorry, we got a question that's just for Derek, but before that, I'm going to explain to you why I am in this goofy outfit underneath my tank top. So, like about a month ago, I was doing an overnight shift in the ER, and when I went to leave that morning, I noticed that my wrist was swollen, and I thought it was weird, but I also figured it was something orthopedic. I have pinched nerves in my cervical spine and in my lumbar spine, and it causes all kinds of mess. So I just made an assumption. A couple weeks later, it was swollen all the way up to my elbow. I decided I was still gonna ignore it. And just keep moving. I have my like yearly physical at the end of February. So I'm like, I'm just gonna talk to my doctor about it then. And then one day I woke up and it made it all the way up to my shoulder. It was swollen. My arm was purple.
It looked like a blood sausage.
Yeah, in fact, there you go. I'll flash that picture up there so you can see what it looked like in urgent care. I went to the urgent care. The doctor in urgent care took this photograph and sent it to the ER and sent me directly to the ER because he suspected that I had a blood clot. and I do have a blood clot. So they diagnosed that in the ER. It's the blood clot is actually about right here. It's called a subclavian vein, which just means under your clavicle. And so what was happening was the arteries were pumping blood into my arm, and the veins could not pump it back out because there's a clot right here. So all of that swelling was my blood, or my arm filling up with my blood. And so I found out I had a clot, and this is also, of course, right before Ben and I go to Orlando and go to theme parks and ride roller coasters. And then right after that, I'm going to the Dominican Republic with Christy for a girls' weekend, all-inclusive food and drinks. And so I thought the whole thing was canceled, but I saw a surgeon, and it turns out that I can do whatever I want. I am on blood thinners, so I have to be careful. I might get bruised on roller coasters, but I can do whatever I want because the blood clot in my vein has been there for so long because I ignored it. It is now attached to the interior wall of the vein, so they can't go in and suck it out without risking tearing the vein itself. But it also means I'm at basically no risk for the clot to move into my brain and cause a stroke, or move into my lungs and cause an embolism, because it's been stuck there so long. So what that means is, he said after about 2 weeks is when it will attach. So what that means is when I was ignoring my wrist to my elbow swelling, I was walking around with like a death bomb in my body, and I had no idea. And so I wanted to talk about it today because I hope that if you don't know the signs of a clot in your arm, if it starts swelling and turning purple, please go to the emergency room because you have a blood clot. And I'm actually doing well. I just got all good news when I saw the surgeon yesterday from when we recorded this. And I can still go on vacation and go on roller coasters with Ben, and I can drink in moderation on my blood thinners with Christy. So this is a compression sleeve to help move the blood back up, and that's why I'm dressed in this adorable little outfit. So there's some signs of a blood clot, ladies, my age, ladies in your 40s. Take note, because this can happen to you. Are you guys happy that I'm alive?
Of course,
Absolutely.
of
Yes.
course.
Yeah.
And I think the moral of the story here is, if you have these types of symptoms or whatever, don't go to the doctor. Just wait. And if you wait long enough, you'll be fine and you'll be able to go on vacation.
Yeah. Wait 2 weeks. As long as you don't die in those initial 2 weeks, you're good.
I mean, at least
One of-
that's what I took from the story.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
One
good.
of the things that I like to say is listen to your body's whispers before they become screams.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I ignored it. And boy, did I feel like a dumb fuck when I was sitting in the ER, staring at my arm, thinking to myself, of course, this is an orthopedic. Wow, what orthopedic problem would make my whole arm swell up? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? And I just was like, I'm too busy. I've got shifts to do. I've got a house to clean. I've got lost in my 40s outlines to write, and I just don't have time to go to the doctor. And I could have killed myself doing that. So what, Christy?
But hey, you got that call ahead seating for the emergency room.
I did get the special call ahead. This
Call ahead
dumbass
seating.
is trying to kill herself treatment at the ER because the urgent care
I had
center.
that once too, where a doctor called the emergency room. They were like, she's on her way. And as soon as I walked in, they were like, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I mean, I still had a little bit of a wait, but yes, they already had the photograph and
You're
and
fast
whatnot,
pass
so.
to the ER. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Okay,
But you want to get
so
on a plane that's going to crash. Awesome.
I would, yes.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
All
Make sure
right,
you got your blood
so
thinners.
Yeah.
one last question. This one is just for Derek. Which one of your open questions right now are you hoping will be answered by the end of season 5?
Who is Jacob?
I have some really good news for you.
It's answered
That will-
finally.
That will definitely be answered at the end of
Good. Man, they've
season
been
5.
teasing him forever.
Yeah, you're not going to get the whole story, but you are going to meet Jacob in the season finale, or the 2-episode season finale. Okay. All right, guys. It was nice to see you here on YouTube. We will be back next week with another audio podcast. It's going to be Wednesday, March 6th. Christy and I will be in Miami, about to fly to the Dominican Republic. And I will probably be bruised from all the roller coasters. It'll be fun to spend 5 days in a bathing suit looking like I just got out of a prize fight. So anyways, that's where we'll be, where you'll be. We'll be wherever you have your earphones so that you can listen to us do season 5, episode 10. It's called He's Our You. It is a side episode and it is a Christy episode. We get reacquainted with Saeed, who we haven't seen in a little while. We do get to find out how exactly he got on Flight 316. And if you thought last week's ending was shocking, wait till episode 10. All right, we'll see you next week, guys. Bye.